What's up, everybody? Welcome to another featured video. I got a very special guest. His name Mr. Razor Raze, and I've been on his channel multiple times, and now I got him on my channel, and he's going to tell us about what's going on in Medellin. We're going to talk about Medellin, and we're going to talk about Costa Rica, Colombia versus Costa Rica, because he just came from there. So we're going to talk about some safety things, issues also. Mr. Razor Raze, how you doing today, sir?
Oh, Tony, what is up? I am doing great right now in this cold New York City. I wish I was. I wish I was back in Costa Rica right now. You know, I left 84, 85 degrees, sunny skies. Now I'm back here, 30 degrees, grumpy old men on the subways, and just really just giving me a headache. But other than that, I am okay. I am okay. Yeah, I got my hope. I gotta drink a little something. It's kind of early, but I ain't gonna drink too much. It's a little early. I'm mixing it. I'm mixing it. You know, because I this I said I gotta come on, Tony Rome. Talk about some Medellin.
I got my juice right here, brother. I got cranberry apple juice here. We'll take a sip with them now and let you have all the fun. This is delicious. Oh boy, okay.
And Medellin on fire, Tone. It's on fire.
It's on fire, man. What the hell is going on in Medellin, brother? What the heck is going on over there?
Tone. Now you love you some Medellin. You know, you was on my show a few times and you talked about it, and you talked about the risks and the rewards of Medellin for the guys traveling out there, passport bros.
Yes.
No matter if you're a passport bro or not, whatever. But man, oh man, right now the block is hot. Christmas time is coming, and people are desperate. You know, now I don't know if they are necessarily doing it just to buy Christmas gifts for the family. You know, all these robberies, scopolamine, and now we got the stabbings, Tony. Man, it is amazing how we went from the scoping, right? To now just stabbing, stab.
Yeah.
And I know we're gonna get into that, but my early observation is I think that sometimes the scopolamine is not working on certain individuals. So now they resort to physically, violence in order to rob the person.
Okay.
So the female calls her male friend in, and they physically.
Uh-oh, I can't hear you. I lost your audio. I can see you, but I can't hear you. Oh man.
These guys.
Okay, I can hear. Okay, I can hear you now. Okay.
All right. Yes, we have a little technical difficulties, technology. Yes. but I was saying, instead of the gun, if the person don't have the gun, the girl don't have the gun, they use a knife. When she call her friends in because their scopolamine, you know, the knockout drug didn't work on the person. So now you gotta resort to physical, violence.
Yes.
And you know, a lot of times it's like, man, some people say don't fight back, right?
Right.
But when you're in the room with the person and the guys come in and they already, kind of physically grabbing on you, I think your instinct is to like fight back, and then they quick to pull the trigger, or right now these days stab you.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I think too. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. What I think what's going on with Medellin right now, because I told you I've been going to Colombia for years, and I have never in the history of going to this country seen this many robberies. Not only just in Medellin, but it's happening in other parts of Colombia too. You know, I think me personally, ever since after the pandemic, things have not been the same. Christmas people are getting desperate. You think that's what's going on?
Yes, Christmas people are getting desperate to play Santa Claus for their families, and man, oh man, they are coming after pretty much anybody.
Okay.
There's no black and white. There's no red and orange that they're choosing. They are choosing people that they know have money, which means they are choosing foreigners, right? Now, of
Yes.
course, I do see others getting robbed, locals getting robbed also, because some local Colombians have money. So they get it too. I see the videos, I see the motos, the damn motos pulling up in restaurants out there inside Medellin, Antioquia, and it is not a pretty sight. I be seeing families sitting at a table enjoying their lunch.
Yes, I saw that video.
Guys go in there with the guns and just rob everybody in there. It's very, very disconcerting. And you know, I wish it was different. But as far as foreigners, they have out there, they have syndicates that target foreigners in a specific way using the beauties, the snow bunnies, the paisas, because they know guys, men have hormones. They know that their women are some of the most beautiful women on the planet.
Yes.
And guys are going to be tempted to go out there to date, not necessarily pay for play all the time. A lot of these guys are getting robbed and set up by the beauties because they believe they are on a dating app such as Tinder and others, finding a normal chick that is not asking for money up front to have a date, right? She said we could get to know each other, Poppy, right? We could go to this restaurant date, Poppy. Matter of fact, let's skip the restaurant. Let's go back to my place, Poppy. And then that's how things jump off, right? With the goons.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's the same old, but they know that their beauties look great, and they know that men, not just Paso Bros, but men in general, are tempted to go out there and date. So they use their beautiful woman as bait. Now, I don't know if you want to get into this, but we've seen the American. This is recent news. The American, the Asian American, had just lost his life in that same way. And I don't know. There's some updates that he knew the girl already. He was already messing with the girl a little bit. And this time she set him up. I don't know how true it is. Somebody posted that in my comment section, so I didn't verify that. But that's true. That is awful, because now we in a whole different territory. Now we into the territory of, guys know the girls for a while, and then the girl just flip and set you up, play the long game to set you up. So that's a whole nother territory than just meeting a girl the first night, right? And that first night she set you up to get you robbed or kidnapped, right? So man, oh man.
That is a tragedy, because what got my concern is that from October to December, there's been multiple casualties that's been happening out there in Medellin. We talk about maybe 10 people?
Oh yeah, I lost count. I've lost count, Tone.
It's been about, I think it's been about 10 people, and it's and it seems like it's getting worse. It's getting worse. But I'm gonna tell you what I really think was going on. Okay. I think that it has a lot to do with the pandemic, because like I said, I've been going to Colombia for years, and I've never seen this many casualties in 2 months like this before. I never heard this many people getting drugged and robbed at this level. So I think the economy in Colombia is getting worse. That's what I think. And then when they see foreigners come down there, I think that we even become a more bigger target. Because my last trip down there, I sit down and I talk to the locals, and I asked this guy that works at the resort. Me and him, we sit down, we talk, and he speaks English too. I said, "What is causing all these robberies, and tourists are becoming a target?" He told me the females are. They come down to see the females. That's what he said. And see, what people got to understand about Colombia, this is the thing that people don't understand. But Colombia is not America, and they don't have the same support systems like we have. Razor Raze, let me ask you a question. Just imagine the federal government in this country. So we're going to take away the bridge cards. We're going to take away the food stamps. We're going to take away Section 8. We're going to take away all these layers of things, unemployment benefits, all this type of stuff. And you have nothing to fall back on. Can you imagine how bad this country would be?
Yes. All hell would break loose. All
Yes,
hell would break
yes,
loose. Yes.
yes,
It'd be like the purge out here. It'd be like the
absolutely.
purge. So that's kind of like a little bit what you're dealing with out there inside Colombia, you know,
Yes, yes,
in a, in a smaller fashion than a purge. But, I get what you're saying. It's purge light, right?
yes,
Purge light.
right.
It didn't raise to the purge 100% level yet, but it's purge light. You're saying economics and this and that. And so you're right. You're right. And I say, though, us as people that know what's going on out there,
Yeah.
if you know it's like that, you might want to chill a bit because you don't want to get caught up in that. You know what I mean? No,
I don't.
because
I think. I think what you had said about there's an alternate place like Costa Rica because I don't see. I mean, I love Colombia. I'm not making a bad place there. I meet a lot of good people down there, but I don't see things getting any better. I'm gonna tell you the reason why. I did a video which people don't watch. Also, well, some of my videos they watch. When I was there, I was talking about inflation. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem because when I have good friends down in Colombia that take care of me every time I go down there. I've been down there for years. And I said, what is the biggest problem that you all have down here? And what they tell me, especially like Susie, the one I told you that you know about.
yeah, Susie. Uh-huh.
Yes, yes, Susie's a good person. She'll never do any harm to me. I mean, I've been knowing Susie about what, 6 years, you know? And she said the problem is there's no jobs. They don't have nothing. I mean, if you don't have no education, you can't afford to go to college, you know what I'm saying? You don't have a skill, you know what I'm saying? And you're dealing with low wages. Even if you do find a job, the wages are very low. It's like I had the female on my channel the other day. It's like there's a reciprocal um life of poverty that you can't get out of, basically. You know what I'm saying? So with the inflation and everything, because when I was down there, when I was going to the stores, even as an American, I noticed that the food prices were very high. They were very high.
Right.
Like this bottle of juice here, I'm gonna be honest with you. I could go to the dollar store here and buy the same bottle of juice for $1.85, the small bottle of juice. But I seen the same bottle of juice in Colombia. If I convert my currency to pesos, you'll be paying almost like $5 for this bottle.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with that, you know. And I think it has a lot to do that people come down there, they come down there wrong.
But that's the conundrum that men, the guys, are facing right now, right? Because we all know, like I said, Colombia got some of the best looking beauties on the planet. Now, if you can't go there for the beauties, which a lot of guys do go there for, of course, the other stuff is secondary, the partying, the having fun, the hanging out, of course. And some people used to say, don't go drinking in Medellin if you're going to go hang out in Medellin because of the scopolamine. Well, I'm like, that
Right,
kind of
right,
defeats the purpose of nightlife. You want to go ahead and have a drink, right?
right.
So if you can't hang with the beauties, if you can't have a drink, or you can do that stuff, but there's crazy risks with it. What's the solution at this point? What's the solution? Is the solution just not to go at all? Going to go for females? Because if you like, I know there's other stuff to do out there besides dating. Of
Mhm.
course,
Right.
you can go live a normal life out there because cheaper rent, you know, cheaper cost of living overall in certain areas out there. But of course, you're going to be seduced and by those females, those beauties out there, because every man eventually wants a female, and you're gonna take a chance eventually, right?
Right, right.
So yeah, I mean, so if you're gonna be out there, oh man, you could get seduced, man. You could get seduced, and you just don't know, Now, of course, not every woman out there is that way. You know what I'm saying? But it's tough, Tone. It's tough. It is a tough, you know, question for a lot of Paso Bros. Say Paso Bros because, like I said, they love it. Some of them love it. They've been out there. They didn't have no issues. And I believe that the issue is, some guys going out there having a great time. Then they telling their friends and telling other people that they had a great time. No problemo. And now their friends go out there and one or two of them have issues. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, I seen the Asian American who was unfortunately murdered out there the other day. He had posts. On Facebook that he was telling people that he enjoyed the Colombian food, the Asian food that they had out there in Colombia. He showed a photo of him and a female he was hanging out with. He was talking highly about Colombia, about Medellin, and now this happened to him, right? So and if this would not have happened to him, the people that were seeing his posts would have said, "Oh, that's a great place. I could go get a chica, get a beauty, date, eat some good food, and have the time of my life." Right. But now, since that happened to him, now they on a pause. They're like, wait a minute. But if this would not have happened to him per se, and I wish it never did, people would have been like, "Hey, I'm going. You see him? I'm going to follow him." Right.
Okay.
And one of the people that follow him could have been a victim.
Right. But I think
maybe try to get rid of some of this light. But go ahead.
Okay. I think another mistake that foreigners make, and I've said this before, never go down to Colombia and brag about what you have. You know what I'm saying? What you do, they said that this guy was kidnapped. Okay. And they called his family to try to extort money out of him for him to be released.
Yes.
And a lot of times, the thing is, I've said in other videos, in the last videos I did, before you even think about going down there, get a consultation. That's before I made my first trip to Colombia, I got a consultation. Before I went to Colombia, I got 2 years of consultations, believe it or not. It took me 2 years to make my first trip to Colombia. And my cousin, may he rest in peace, he used to tell me what to do, what not to do, where to go, and what type of women not to trust.
Right.
And the mistake is, I see foreigners do. They meet a girl on the app. He probably met this girl on the app. And then she probably say, "Hey, baby, I could do this for you. Guess what? I'm a real estate broker here in the United States. I make over 500K a year. I got this." You know what I'm saying? Sending her pictures of cars and stuff. See, what they do too, they try to impress these females with material things. But what you don't realize is that you're painting a target on your back, because you should never reveal too much of your information, because that paints a target on your back. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that could have happened with this tourist. And that's why they kidnapped him for. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, now, man, I don't know. It's like your guess is as good as anybody else's guess, right?
Okay, right.
For the reason that they kidnapped them. Well, we know it was for money because they wanted the $2,000.
They wanted $2,000, right?
They wanted the $2,000. We don't know what they was going to use the $2,000 for. We don't know. Christmas gifts. I kind of doubt that. I mean, but who knows? They would have had to split $2,000. So, I mean, so for them to ask for only $2,000, that means $2,000 is a lot out there inside Medellin, because it was multiple people kidnapped them. So they would have had to split $2,000. So whatever money they would have split, between them and got,
Right.
that was a lot of money to them, right?
Right. Right. That would have been a lot of
So
money too.
whatever they was going to purchase with that, your guess is as good as anybody else's at this point, you know.
Okay. So the other question I just wanted to ask you, how was things in Costa Rica? How did it go, bro?
Okay, now now
Okay.
Costa Rica. Now, guys, for people that don't know, and shout out to everybody who's watching this.
Okay.
You know, I said I was going to make a trip out there to Costa Rica because I want to find an alternative to
Okay.
Colombia.
Okay.
Now we know, Pastor Bros, you know, have been talking about Asia over the past few months. Shout out to Richie Mack, Zoom to Thailand, and all the other
Okay.
guys that have been out there going to Thailand over the
Okay.
past year because they said it's more peaceful as far as, you know, certain things. The motos are not trying to hop off their motos and rob you to that extent. You know,
Okay.
the girls are not trying to put that scopolamine inside your cup to that extent.
Okay.
And so they were like, Asia, try Asia. And I told you on my show, hey, you might want to try Asia too, Tony, you know, Thailand, but Pattaya. But yeah, we know, but that's very far. That is very, very far.
That's far. Yeah.
14 hours, 16 hours to get out there, you know, kind of expensive to fly out there. Once you land, it's cheap, but you know, $1,200 flights, sometimes $2,000 flights.
Okay.
But and one of the main things, attraction to the Asian woman. Now, not a lot of brothers, let's say, in our sector of YouTube, they're not really attracted that much to Asians. It's an acquired taste. Now, once you're out there, people have a great time with the beauties out there. So I say, you know what? Let me find some place that's still over here on this part of the globe, relatively close to the States. And I said, let me try Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Costa Rica have Latin women. They have Colombian women, if you like Colombian women. They have Panamanian, Nicaraguans, Venezuelans, right? And then, of course, they have the Costa Rican women themselves. And I also seen Dominican women there. So I said, Costa Rica is cheaper to fly to. It's much closer. And the females, they speak English too. They were saying, Pattaya, the girls speak English, a lot of girls. Women in Costa Rica speak English. I didn't say it on my channel. I'm telling you this channel.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I didn't even have to pull out my translator. it was wild. And you see some of the most beautiful women you can ever see. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's a mix, range of beauty, you know, up, down. But there is more than enough beauty for you to hang out around with, speak to, right, inside Costa Rica. Now, as far as safety, I can't guarantee your safety anywhere on the planet because you can get randomly robbed anywhere. You could be in Beverly Hills and get robbed. You know what I'm saying? Your house get robbed anywhere. You could get robbed. But I will say this, you know, Colombia is on a level 3 reconsider travel from the United States State Department. Costa Rica is only on a level 2. You know, just a caution, right? You know, awareness and caution when you travel there. And we know level 4 is the highest. Do not go at all. You know what I'm saying? Which is that's what's Russia and the Ukraine, places like that.
Yeah.
Jaco Beach does not have the level of harassment and begging. Like in Cartagena. For a red light district, that's amazing. Now you get your straight beggar here and there, right? You know, but nothing to the extent of a Cartagena. Right. And you know, it is just such a relief to not have to go through that while on a vacation. Right?
Yes.
You just assume that if you want and you're in a red light district that you're going to get that, right? But you don't. So, like I was saying, it's closer than Asia, closer than Thailand, Costa Rica is. They have the Latin beauties that guys like. They speak English. Guys like.
Wow.
You're going to get close to the quality like you do in Colombia. Now, of course, we know Colombia overall, the mass quantity of quality is kind of unmatched, right? But there is enough quality in Costa Rica to satisfy you. You don't need every person to look like an 8, 9, 10 bombshell stunner. There is enough of those out there for you. The lack of hustling, the lack of begging.
Okay.
It's a win for me. It's a win. That's why I chose on my channel, I chose Jaco Beach, Costa Rica over Cartagena.
Okay.
I know the quantity of quality out there of the females in Cartagena. I know about it. I talked about it all the time.
Right.
But the downfall is on the beach. You can't relax on the beach out there.
Right. Right. They keep
getting
begging.
harassed. Keep begging every 2 minutes. You know, somebody want to massage you. Somebody want to sell you something. Not relax. No matter how many beauties out there, you're not gonna even if you talking to a beauty, y'all both get harassed. Right. You know, when you walk, you're getting harassed. Right. You know, that I don't consider a vacation. We tolerate it because of the amount of beautiful women around here. So yeah, you don't have to tolerate it because it doesn't happen.
Right. Yeah. But also Colombia does have, I've talked about this before, that they do have what you call romance tours in Colombia. And I highly recommend them because in a romance tour, all the females are vetted, basically. They're vetted, and everything is done through a chaperone. Matter of fact, I did a video about that maybe about a few months ago. I got pretty good views and everything. I'm gonna do another one on the romance tour, and they got some in Medellin and Cali and Barranquilla.
Okay. Yeah, you know, that's an option. That's an option, you know, for guys, you know. Of course, you know, some guys, this is why they keep getting jammed up, because some guys in their head, they don't want to go through that type of option. Right. Some guys don't want to do a brothel. You know, there's brothels out there that is safe in Medellin. They don't want to do that because they want the feeling of actually getting the girls themselves, right? They don't want no assistance. So even though sometimes they go on the dating apps, they feel that it's still themselves doing it, or picking a girl up out of Parque Jerez or one of the clubs out there, Club Gustos. They feel that it's more natural instead of, you know, doing the service that you're saying, you know, and that's where they get in trouble. That's where they get in trouble at, you know, because it's the wild, wild west out there. It's the wild, wild west out there. You know?
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. But some guys don't want to use that service you're saying, because like I said, it just seemed too artificial. You know, it seems just too, you know, I don't know.
So too
much like a chaperone, you know? Yeah.
What is it that, even though we're hearing about all of this, these casualties that's happening in Colombia and Medellin, you know, why is tourists still keep coming back down there? What do you think? I mean, why?
All right, let's separate. Let's separate the men from the regular tourists that are not men, and families. Some families that go out there, they probably don't really know. They probably don't hear about these stories. Now, you know what I'm saying? We on YouTube, but, you know, it's not like every day DC Born Rob on my channel is getting played on the national news out in the state. Now, those robberies and stuff that be happening out there in Colombia, they played on their news out there in Colombia. Now, if you talk about tourists from the West that go out there from the let's say from the United States that go out there, maybe a lot of them don't have a clue, right? They probably don't have a clue that stuff is going on out there. And like they have a record numbers of visitors, right? So even people from other Latin countries like Spain, they go out there. A lot of visitors from they go out there. They probably
get robbed too. They get
robbed too. They don't have a clue really what's going on out there to that extent, right? They probably hear and say, look, if you're not doing this, if you're not dating, going out chasing women, you're gonna be okay. So they still go, right? And then you have the men, right? Paso Bros and not just Paso Bros, other men that just like women. They probably hear some of the stories, like, all right, it's not going to happen to me. There's been other people who say it's not that bad. We're just fear mongering on YouTube. If you listen to those guys on YouTube, they're just doing it for clicks and views. And they say, yeah, you're going to be fine. Just, you know, it's a lot of police presence out there and around the park area, Parque Jerez, and this and that, and this and that. Just, you'll be fine as long as you don't use the Tinder. And, you know, so you hearing all these mixed messages, right? So you're getting all types of people's opinion. Yeah, it's people that still argue me down to this day and say,
Okay.
"Oh, it's all good," uh, yeah, St. Louis, Chicago is not safe. So it's
Mhm.
always people that excuse the stuff that's going down out there inside of Medellin.
Okay.
So and if you got people that's already wanting to go anyway, let's say for the guys that's wanting to go anyway because of the beauties out there, and if
Mhm.
they hear the other messages saying, "Look, we just over exaggerating, it's not that bad," they're gonna go. They're gonna try it because
Mhm.
of the beautiful woman.
Right.
Now, like I said, the families and stuff, they probably just don't hear it. They don't hear all the stuff, and they probably be like, "Well, we're not going out there to date no woman anyway, so we're gonna be okay." Right
Okay.
now,
Okay.
you gotta be careful for moto because the motos pull up on you while you're having lunch in a restaurant. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I've seen that. But yeah, and it is a beautiful looking country in certain places. You know what I'm saying? Cartagena
Yeah. Yeah. It's
looks
just beautiful.
wonderful
It is
in the old
beautiful.
city, the old town.
Yeah.
Boca Grande looks like a poor man's Miami, right? Got
Right.
Yosemite, and then
Right.
and then you got of course Medellin looks wonderful. A
It's
city with
wonderful.
the mountains,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So people see those images and they do see people are happy because some
Yeah.
people are happy overall, and they say, you know what, I'm gonna go, I want a piece of that. I want a piece of that action, you
Right.
know?
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not gonna keep you too much because I know you got business to take care of today. I appreciate you for coming on. Guys, make sure you hit that link, Razor Raze channel. Please subscribe to his channel because it was very nice of him to come and give his information about Costa Rica. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Razor Raze. I subscribe to this social media called Reddit. Have you heard of that before? RE,
Yes,
yeah,
Reddit,
yeah.
yes.
And man, I'm gonna tell you this, bro. I get so many complaints and information. I'm talking about the news that you get about the robberies and stuff like that is only not even the tip of the iceberg.
Hmm.
On Reddit, I've gotten multiple stories of people that have went to Medellin and been robbed. There's so many different stories of people getting robbed. So
Right.
this robbery thing is much, much worse than what people think it is. And I'm not trying to make the whole country look bad. I'm not trying to make all Medellin look bad. But the robberies are really, they're getting worse. So
Yes.
it's gonna be to the point where you're just not gonna be able to go there. As a matter of fact, I recommend not going there.
Ooh, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news.
Not
Now,
right now. Not right. I'm not saying never,
uh-huh.
but sometimes I think law enforcement is very maybe powerless to control everything that's happening.
They got so much to deal with out
They
there.
got so
So
much
much,
to
so
do
much
with,
stuff to deal with
so
besides
much.
the robberies and stuff like that. And you're all right about, you've seen stories and through Reddit. I've seen stories that I didn't even talk about through Twitter because
Right,
they be
right.
Twitter posts.
Hmm.
Sometimes do Facebook because it'd be a random person saying it. So I don't, it's like, all right, this person said it. There's no news article on it, so you can't put everything out there. But and sometimes, you'd be like, all right, well, you
Right,
don't have
right, right,
enough of the
right,
facts, so why put it out there?
right.
Like I said, Twitter is another place where of course, Instagram, you
Uh-huh.
get random people saying this happened to them. Um, yeah. So you can't count all of the robberies
Yeah, yeah.
that 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 happens out there because
Hmm.
we don't know about them all.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
But but we
You
but
never know about it. Yeah, and I'm
but
talking about
we
towards tourists and foreigners.
right, but we do know there's a lot of robberies that are happening down there. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
robberies.
Yes, yes. And there's a lot because when they said, I think I did a video. It was like 400, like 400 now, right? Probably more than that now. More like 500 complaints of foreigners being robbed, right, throughout the year
Right.
in Medellin alone. Like we just talk about Medellin, so it should be probably like 500 by now. So I just say 400, 450. me, DC Born Rob, we didn't do 450 videos on robberies in in Medellin this year.
Right.
So obviously, they were happening, but we didn't know anything about it. We just getting that stat from the people that do the numbers and release the information out there inside Medellin. So obviously, that's evidence right there that robberies are happening to people, foreigners, and is not getting reported in the mainstream media.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I say,
you understand? So there's evidence right there. Yes.
I think majority of the robberies are not getting reported. What you're getting is just like I said, just drops of crumbs. What you're getting, you know,
Yes.
because
Yes.
I've read an article that said approximately every year, if you add Bogota, if you add all the other places, Escapolami and the other type of robberies. But what I've heard and what I've read, they say it's close to 40,000 robberies a year.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Woo!
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So Costa Rica looks like that's going to be the new place.
Hey, like I said, we got to keep it that way. We got to keep it at Costa Rica at a level 2 because right now it's at level 2, but things can change in the blink of an eye. You know what I'm saying? With migration and stuff like that. So anything, because we know Colombia having their issues with the migration, people going there from another country, which I ain't gonna get into on your channel.
Right.
But people are migrating there into Colombia, believe it or not. So they have their issue with that. So, things could change in Costa Rica too. You know what I'm saying? By next. So I would suggest get it in Costa Rica right now while it's good. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know if it's gonna change too. You know what I'm saying? Not every place stays the same. You know what I'm saying? Things could go from good to bad, and then go from bad to good. In a blink of an eye. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I suggest, you try out Tony, you try out Costa Rica now while you can, right?
Right. Try while you can.
Yeah.
That's right. I got one other thing to say, then I'll let you go. I talk to, like I said, I have female friends in Colombia I talk to all the time. Matter of fact, one just texted me just a minute ago. I asked them, I said, what is usually causing the stabbing thing of foreigners, of getting stabbed, a lot, because I've been saying, like you said, it's been a very big uptick in stabbings. And from what I've heard, and these are the locals who I talk to on a regular basis when I go there, who I associate with, and they tell me that what some foreigners do is they hook up with the girls, but they try to cheat them. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I notice about that, they take their money extremely seriously.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Barbie, for example, she told me that what foreigners do sometimes, they will go see them. I'm not gonna get, we keep it, clean what I'm gonna say. She'll go over there and she'll see them. And then, they know what she expects, in return. And they will say something like, wow, you ugly. I didn't really enjoy your time to prevent for paying them. And one thing I noticed about these females, they're very serious about their money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't, if you're playing with them with the money, you're playing Russian roulette. And I know an individual that he tried that with a female. The female started throwing razor blades. Those Colombian women, they fight dirty, man. They do. You got to really be careful. You do not, because when they come see you, they pay for everything. They pay for the taxi, they pay for people to watch their kids. And by them not having anything, you know what I'm saying, they take that very seriously. Because I was talking to one female, and she told me that things get so bad down there that they go days without eating. They go days without eating. She told me that.
Yeah, that's sad. That is sad.
Yeah.
That is sad. Yeah.
So you got some people down there, I mean, to make ends meet, and be able to get something to eat, they would do whatever it costs. You know what I'm saying? They would take your life with no problem.
Right. And to know that as a traveler, as a foreigner,
right?
You got to make that decision whether or not you
Yeah,
should go or
yeah,
not, because
yeah.
I feel bad for anybody that can't get a meal for the night. I really do.
Yeah.
I really feel, and I can understand why they would resort to such tactics to get money.
They got
But
nothing to lose.
yeah, and I feel bad for them, but as a traveler, you gotta know the environment you're entering. It looks pretty and nice, but not everybody is living inside those nice areas, and people are coming.
That's what I'm talking about.
From the poorest areas to do these type of robberies.
Right.
And you can be a victim.
Right.
Now, no matter how bad I feel that they, some people do go to bed hungry. I don't suggest others put themselves in that position to get attacked or robbed by certain people that's down on their luck and not, in bad economic times. I suggest you don't put yourself in that situation to even be a victim of that. That's why you gotta know where you're going. You gotta know the economics.
Right.
You gotta know what's actually going on out there before you book that flight.
That's what I'm saying. If you go down there, I'm just telling guys this. If you still go down there and you mess with these females take their money extreme. I can't even tell you how serious that they take their money. They take it very seriously. And from what I heard from the females who I talked to on the daily, I've been knowing people in Colombia for almost 10 years. And I asked, when something comes up, I asked them, I was like, why is all these stabbings? I said, been multiple, tourists has been coming down to Medellin getting stabbed. And one of the answers that they give me is that even when I was down there, they say a lot of foreigners come down there and they try to finesse the girl, not paying them. And if a girl spends a night with you, and you're not gonna pay her, oh man,
it's gonna be a long night for you.
It's gonna be
a long night.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long night for you.
Yeah, they're gonna come. If
you don't pay that money, it's gonna be a long night.
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be, and then they send other people. If you still don't pay them, they send people after you to get the money. You know what I'm saying? But
oh, they're gonna get their money.
Yeah,
they're gonna get their money one way or another. They're gonna get their money.
Yeah. So
we could do this the easy way, or we could do it the hard way.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying? Yeah. So, like I said, if you're coming for the last thing, if you're coming down there to mess around with the women, don't go. If you're coming down there to have a good time, maybe to check out the culture, the tourism and things like that, there might be a chance. There still might be a chance.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But if you come down there just bland. Don't wear jewelry. Don't be flashing a lot of money. Because what I do is I go through a check. I say no watch, no jewelry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not wearing no real expensive shoes, no expensive phone. Like this is the phone that I use right here. This is a clone phone. This phone costs less than the phones that the cab drivers and the Uber people use. So they won't be interested in a phone like that. But from what I've heard from my friends, they say if you come down here right, you'll be okay. Like I said, the girls that I do meet, I respect them. We know what we're getting into before we get into it, and I've never really had any problem, So but I still believe, but the chances of getting robbed and stuff is going up very high. So would I recommend visiting Colombia right now? No, I would not. I would not. I think
there you go. That's Tony.
I think that should be
Tony advice right there.
Alternative
breaking news, Tony. Breaking news. It's big time.
You're giving breaking news about Costa Rica. So one more question. Is the landscaping as beautiful in Costa Rica as it is in Colombia? Like, do they have the mountains and stuff? Okay.
It's a different type of landscape from what I've seen riding that bus from San Jose to
Okay.
Jaco Beach. Um, you don't get the amount of huge buildings, but you do get the the mountains and the rivers.
Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? And it
Okay.
looks wonderful. Looks wonderful. Nice naturist atmosphere. Like with the hills. You know,
Mhm.
you get the exotic birds out there. You know, you
Okay.
get the
Oh, okay.
iguanas.
Okay. Okay.
You know, so yes, it looks nice in its own way. It looks very scenic as far as nature is concerned in its own
Right.
way. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Right. Did you
Without
ever?
all of the like high rises that you would get, but still they got some places got some tall buildings, but you see more of the, especially on that route towards Jaco Beach and that bus. If you take the same route, you're gonna see a lot of nature, right?
Okay.
You're gonna see
Okay.
a lot of nature.
All
You're
right.
gonna see smaller houses. You're gonna see houses, but not as much high rises.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let me see. From you said from the airport to Jago Beach is about a 2 hour drive.
yeah, about 2 hours. They
About
could
two
give or take
hours.
traffic. Yeah, 2 hours. If you're taking a bus, you're gonna make some stops, so about 2.5 hours, depending on traffic, whatever. How many stops you're gonna do? People gotta.
Do they
But when
have
the bus
take?
stops, they only stay for like 2 minutes at the bus stop. Let people on and off real quick, boom, boom. So, yeah.
Okay. And what type of currency do they use? What type of the peso do they use? Do they use
Okay, yeah, I'm going
dollars?
to do that. I'm going
Okay.
to do a video on that.
Okay. Okay.
But yes, they use colones. Places do take American dollars out there, and what they do, they take your American dollars, and most of the places they give you change back in colones.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you might as
Okay.
well exchange your money. But you could take a $20 US bill, buy like a beer or something in the store, and just get the change back in
Oh,
colones.
that's cool.
If
That's great.
so, that's a way to exchange it. Just what you got to know what the exchange rate is. You got to know what those bills mean. You got to know what a hundred, well, 1,000 colones bill means. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
So 1,000 colones is $2 basically. I normally double it. So 500 colones would be $1, and so on and so on. That's the easiest way to understand. You know,
Okay.
uh, yeah, yeah. So 5,000 colones would be $10,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
10,000 colones would be $20, and so on and so on. So that's the easiest way. I will also download a currency calculator if you want, also to help you out a bit. But yeah,
Okay.
ATMs do give you could, specifically in Jaco Beach, they give you an option of getting US dollars or colones out the
Okay.
ATM. So if you're
Okay.
using the ATM, you might as well just go ahead and take out the colones
Come
at
on,
that
let's.
one time. Now, some
Okay.
people don't like the exchange of money; they just want to use it. But I say, when you go to these places, always get in the habit of exchanging the money. You know,
Yeah, that's what I
even when I
did.
go to Kansas City, if it's a place to exchange, I'm gonna exchange some money. They say they use US dollars out there too, though. So, but if they give you the option to use US dollars or their local currency, I would use their local currency. Because it gets you in the habit of doing those exchanges, and it's just better overall because you do save on a more cheaper items. You know what I'm saying? Because some
Okay.
places, when they give you the change back, it might be a little bit off also. So get into the
Okay.
get into the habit of exchanging your money when you go to any place. You're right,
Okay.
and using their local currency.
Okay. You didn't
Yeah.
feel like you was being scammed at any time while you was in Costa Rica?
No, I haven't. I wasn't scammed at all. But I
Okay.
was only there for like 9 nights. So but
Oh,
the longer you
wow.
stay, you run into. But like I said, the wonderful thing about Jaco Beach is that you don't have all the hustlers out there. Yeah, you'll get
Okay.
someone. You count on your fingers how many's out
Right,
walking
right,
around.
right, right.
But it's overkill. It's overkill in Cartagena.
Okay. Yeah, that's
It's just
crazy.
like like come on, like you don't get a break from it, right? Especially in a tourist area in that zone. Good thing about Jaco Beach, you can be in that tourist zone. You can be in that red light district area. Because some places you go like, all right, I like this place, but I need to be in a whole nother area.
Yeah,
Let's say
yeah.
Cartagena. I would live in Manga because it's away from the tourists, and not tourists per se, but the hustlers in the tourist area. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Jaco Beach, you don't necessarily need to go further down and be away from that because there's not a lot of hustlers. Now, you know, the people that are bother you the most at nighttime, the females. Like if you're a single guy, the females are, you know, be trying to, holler at you. Let's just say that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
But
seriously? Oh, wow, wow, wow.
yeah, yeah. It's no different than what you see out there in Cartagena as far as
Okay.
the females at nighttime. Cause they got the clubs that's like Club Gustos in Medellin. They got the clubs that's like Club Delirium, Club Dos Vida
Mhm.
in Cartagena. It's the exact same thing. But without the male hustlers, the only people who's gonna be harassing you at nighttime is the females.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Right. But you'll still be
So yeah,
cautious. You will still be cautious of your drink and everything, even in Costa Rica too, wouldn't
yeah,
you?
yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Because
Okay.
you just don't want to be that outlier that gets caught up in that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah. I'm taking you use your Colombian safety tactics in
Okay.
Costa Rica also. You
Okay.
know, yeah, just why not use it in
Okay.
DR too? Why not?
Okay. Right now, that's
You know,
right. But Mr. Razor, I'm not gonna hold you. I know you got some places to go. And guys, make sure you subscribe to Mr. Razor's channel. I got his link down there in the description. Mr. Razor, don't let this be the last time, brother, we do a live together.
oh no, no, of course there's gonna be many more because more incidents and stuff gonna arise in the future, and we're gonna have to join forces
Yes, we are.
to
Yeah.
discuss what the hell is going on out there. You know what I'm saying? And maybe if we make that trip out there to Costa Rica, we could talk about some Costa Rica also.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, yeah. Maybe because I said I was gonna go travel somewhere next year. Costa Rica is way up there, But
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you what really keeps me going back to Medellin all the time. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Is that I made such good, like I said, I've been doing Colombia for what, 10 years, a long time.
Susie.
Susie just one of them. Because she got cutest two little boys, you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
during Christmas they live chat me on live on Facebook.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they would sing happy, Merry Christmas in Spanish and stuff like that. So
Right.
yeah, that's one of me, Susie's like family. Then I got some other ones, too, that we've been in, contact with for a very long time. So every time I come to Colombia, they always like look out for me and say, "Oh, can we do this for you? Can we get this for you?" You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they even wash my clothes for me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah, they bring them back all folded and, nicely, so that's one of the main reasons why I do travel there because sometimes they say, "Oh, we miss you. We haven't seen you in a while. When you coming back?" And I respect the culture. They know when I go there, I respect the culture. I respect the females. I respect everybody, and they always treat me really well. I don't go down there, trying to be a big shot or being disrespectful to the people there. They
Right.
know they know that I look out for them. In return, they look out for me because they tell me, they say, Tony, don't go there. Don't go to Provenza, too late at night. If you come back around 8 o'clock or something. They say don't stay down there. Because one time I said I want to go to downtown El Centro. Oh no, 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 El Centro, don't go there. You get robbed, because that's where a lot of tourists get robbed at too. Is downtown Colombia. I mean Medellin. You want to
Medellin,
stay
yeah.
away. Yeah, you gotta stay away from there too. But yeah, okay, yeah, we gotta join forces, brother.
Yes, yes. Uh Passport Bros, a symbol.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, no, but like I said, we're gonna get back up. We're gonna get back up and discuss some of these topics and issues, man.
yeah.
Because people need to know. People need to know, and I just like talking about it too. So I like to discuss it.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
have some dialogue about what's going on
yeah,
out there. So
yeah.
It's fun. It's fun actually too to
Right.
discuss it
Right.
also.
And
Yeah.
I want on our next conversation that we have, Austin Hollister, he said something very interesting in one of his shorts. He
Mhm.
said that do they really love us for us, or do they love us for what we give to them? Now let me ask you a question. Okay, I'm gonna let you go because I want to hold you too much longer.
Right.
But sometimes, do you really? I mean, after all this time, we see the passport bros going to here, going to Brazil, going to Colombia. But I have never heard too many successful relationships. Have you? Not very many. Ever heard of too many weddings? Ever heard of too many engagements? Because that's what we go for, right? We want a better
Yeah.
life,
Right. Right.
meet a better
Right.
woman. But are we putting too much faith into foreign women? You know what I'm saying? Is it really what they say it is? After all the people that was killed, people that lost their lives in Medellin, Colombia in general. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
you might be
That's
putting
what I
too
think.
much faith inside Medellin women.
Okay, okay,
Colombian women in general, maybe.
okay.
I wouldn't say foreign women overall. We just talk about
Just
a
there, what's
country
happening
and
there.
specifically a
Okay,
city. You know what I'm saying?
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha. Okay, Mr. Razor Race, thank you very much, sir. And no doubt, we'll be talking, okay?
All right. All right. No doubt. No doubt, Tone.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right.
Okay.